All right. Hi. Today is going to be our Chapter 7 study guide day. I'm going to have you do the work out of the book and try it on your own and then correct your paper with me. But let's start right now with these 4 do now problems. Go ahead and pause your video, write them down, and figure them out. Okay, so 80% of 25, we turn our percent into a decimal. That's like the same as 80 hundredths. So we're going to put 8 in the tens place, and then the 0 would have went in the hundredths place because it'll be 80 hundredths. But the 0 is just a placeholder, so we don't really need that. We'll just put in 0.8 and do our multiplication, move our decimal one spot, and you will get 20 for that answer. All right, this next one, there is 3 different answers you can have. So you'll have 3 remainder 4 when you divide. If you decide to put the decimal in and bring it down, you will have 3.1. And then if you want to write it as a fraction, you'll need to simplify it. It'll be 3 and 4 over 40, simplified down to 3 and 1/10. So all 3 answers work there. Okay, this next one is going to be 2.7. When you divide that out, it's a 0, so 2.7. Here, 19 will fit into 38 2 times. So I started my repeated addition, just finding out that it will go in there. 2 groups of 19 equals 38. All right, so your mid-chapter checkpoint is on page 387 and 388. So please pause your video and do those 2 pages, 387 and 388, on your own. Complete them fully, the best of your ability. Get help if you need it, and then resume the video and we'll check it together. Okay, number 1 should be exponent. 2, numeral expression. Numerical expression, meaning that it just has numbers in it. It doesn't have any variables. All right. 5 to the 4th, 625. 21 to the 2nd power, 441. 8 to the 3rd power, 512. 6, you have to use the order of operations here, doing the exponents first, then the multiplying, then the subtracting. 146 should be your answer. Here we're going to do the parentheses first, and next the exponents. Then we multiply and divide from left to right, and your answer will be 4. Number 8, doing what's inside parentheses first, but first we have the exponent inside the parentheses, so we're going to do that before we subtract. So you'll have 11 as your answer. Number 9, the quotient of C and 8. You can write it either way, C divided by 8 or C divided by 8. Then we have 16 more than the product of 5 and P. So the product of 5 and P would be 5P. We're multiplying those together. And you can put the 16 in front of it, or in front of it here, or behind it. Either way will work. Both of those expressions are equal to 16 more than the product of 5 and P. We have 9 less than the sum of x and 5. So we have the sum of x and 5 and 9 less than that. And the subtraction does matter. So we need the sum first and then subtract second. You'll get the same answer if you go about it this way. X plus 5 minus 9. All right. Number 12 here. You're going to substitute the 7 for the letter H for your variable there, and do what's inside the parentheses first. Your answer should be 50. Here we're substituting the 4 for C. So the first thing we're going to need to do is that exponent tells you that the base number is multiplied together twice. So 4 times 4 is 16. Then do what's inside the parentheses to get 11. Then multiply, and you should have 22. All right, this one we are substituting the number 8 for both of the A's. So we have 7 times 8 minus 4 times 8. So I'm going to do my multiplication first to get my answers, and then subtract to get 24. All right, number 15 says the greatest value of any U.S. paper money ever printed is 10 to the fifth dollars. What is the amount written in standard form? So I did 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. I multiplied 5 of those 10s together, and that would be $100,000. That's the greatest value of any U.S. paper money ever printed. $100,000. All right, number 16, a clothing store is raising the price of all its sweaters by $3. Write an expression that could be used to find the new price of a sweater that originally cost D dollars. So if it's raising the price $3, it would be D plus 3. Number 17, Kendra bought a magazine for $3 and four paperback books for $5 each. The expression 3 plus 4 times 5 represents the total cost in dollars of her purchases. What are the terms of this expression? So the terms are the parts of expression that are separated by addition or subtraction symbols. So you have to look to see what is separated here by the addition and subtraction symbols. We have a 3, and then we have 4 times 5. So those are our two terms. All right, it says in expression 5C, 5 times C plus 7 times M, or 7M, gives the number of people who can ride in C cars and M minivans. What are the coefficients in this expression? So the coefficients is the number that is multiplied by a variable. So then this one, it's 5 and 7. So this one would mean that there's 5 people that can fit in the cars, and 7 people can fit in a minivan. So that's why we're going to multiply by those coefficients to see how many people can go all together. Number 19, the formula P equals A plus B plus C gives the perimeter P of a triangle with side lengths A, B, and C. How much greater is the perimeter of a triangular field with the sides that are measured 33, 56, and 65? So I did those over here, 33, 56, and 65, which gave me 154. Then the perimeter of a triangular field with sides that measure 26, 49, and 38, which when I added all these together, it gave me 113. And it's asking us, if we look back, how much greater is the perimeter. So we want to know how much greater this one is, so that's going to make us subtract these two numbers, and we get 41 yards is how much larger this one with the larger perimeter is. Okay. So take that home as your study guide and use it to study for your test. If you had any wrong, make sure you figure out what it is that you did wrong. Hopefully you used your pause button through this video so you could look at how I worked these out, and that will hopefully help you for your test.